So in terms of chakra, it's referring to energetic wheels that should flow freely.
Hello and welcome to our Meet the Coach series. I'm your host, Carla, Egan, and today we're talking to a spiritual coach that likes to answer the big self-directed questions. Questions like, who am I? Why am I here? And what is my purpose? Our guest today is Sheetal Mistry, and she joins us from Carolyn Springs in Victoria, Australia. Welcome.
Thank you, Carla, for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
It's our pleasure. And our topic today is all about chakras and how to heal and how to balance them. Now, for those of you that are following our podcast, if you're hearing about chakras for the first time or you'd like to learn more about them, then you're listening to the right episode. So let me start by asking Sheetal, what are chakras?
I'm going to go a little bit scientific here just to explain that we're all made up of energy, like atoms are made of energy, and if you break that down, the protons, neutrons, it's all energy. So we're basically energy. We're made up physically of energy. Our thoughts are also made up of energy. How we feel is energy. Because we cannot destroy energy, we can actually just convert our thoughts and transform them into feelings that we do want. Chakra healing is about recognizing and identifying undesirable feelings within us, and by focusing on the relevant chakras to transform the negative to positive and move on like infinite flow that we are through all the chakras equally. So the word chakra is actually a Sanskrit word, which is an ancient Indian language. It actually means the wheel. So in terms of chakra, it's referring to energetic wheels that should flow freely. So there are 7 main chakras. There's 3 basic physical needs, and then there's 3 spiritual ones. And the one in the middle is the heart chakra that connects both the physical and the spiritual chakras. So the bottom 3 are, the first one is the root, which is at the base of your spine. So it's actually located in the perineum between your front and back. The color is red, and it's for basic physical needs, survival needs. Have we got a roof over our head, food, enough finances? And then the next one up is the sacral chakra, which is orange color, which sits where the womb is in the women. And that's for obviously reproductivity, sexuality, and creativity, which is important. So, and then the next one is the solar plexus, which sits about an inch above our belly button. And that's a bright, sunshiny yellow color, and that's for our willpower, mainly for willpower, just to get through life. And the one that connects both the spiritual and the physical one is the heart one, which is for compassion, love, relationships. The next one up is the throat chakra, which is where the throat is, which is a blue color, and that's for communication, self-expression. The next one up is the third eye, so it's between the eyebrows, and that's like a bluey, indigo, violet kind of color. So that's where intuition is. And then the top one is right at the crown of your head, right at the top of your head is your crown chakra, which connects you to divine God or the source or whatever you may want to call it. And that's your spiritual divine center where you receive guidance. So those are the basic 7 chakras that we'll be focusing on. And the energy needs to flow freely through the chakras. So like a river flowing through a river. And if there's any big boulders that blocks the flow, the areas can become stagnant or complete blockages where the river just completely stops flowing, and it becomes stagnant and just life just stops flowing, and life around the river stops flowing, and inside the river stops flowing.
So we've got, I'm just writing it down, we've got 7 chakras, and the importance is, having flow, obviously. So you guide people, Sheetal, on how to heal and balance their chakras. So I guess my question is, why is that important, and how would somebody know that their chakras aren't balanced?
There's a number of different symptoms you can feel, but depending on which chakra is unbalanced. So I'll give myself as an example. For me, my heart was really blocked up, and I didn't realize, and I had really severe palpitations and anxiety, and I didn't realize it was coming from the heart, but I just focused on my heart beating away, meditated on my heart beating away. And then one day I just cleared what I needed to, and I gained instant clarity on why things happened, why am I here, who am I? I'm still working on who am I. That's like a very deep level that you need to go. But I just gained instant clarity of why things happen, and I cleared up the blockage, and I released the palpitations. I didn't get the palpitations. I didn't get the anxiety, and my depression also cleared. By working on that chakra, because if one area is blocked, it can affect the rest of the chakras as well, especially the ones surrounding the next ones up and down. So if your heart's blocked, it can affect your throat chakra and your solar plexus the most.
It reminds me of a stream, the way that you just described it, that like if there's debris and logs that are blocking the flow of the water, then that could be, the flow of energy within our bodies as well. Sheetal, you help people heal the past, and I'm curious to just get an overview of what that involves and how you do that with the chakras, and why is that important to heal the past? Because the past is in the past, but I'd love your perception on this, please.
So my perception is the past is it's like a learning experience of, of failures and successes. Is just all a learning experience. And the failures, it's just like learning curves at the end of the day. Why we need to heal the past is we need to heal all the hurts, release any negative beliefs that we have of ourselves, and just to shut the door on the past so that you can be present and work on the future. Forgiveness is a big part of shutting the door on the past as well. So that's one thing that we'll be working on if you decide to work with me. Because without forgiving yourself and forgiving others, you can't shut the door on the past so that you can be more present and live a more fulfilling life.
I like that, and I think that people do sometimes hold on to resentment because they can't forgive and they don't know how to practice forgiveness. And I guess that's where one area of your heart chakra, the example that you gave, is probably an area that potentially is blocked.
Yeah.
This is a really fascinating topic, and we're delighted to have you on the coaching directory to give you some more visibility and more access to people that maybe will need this type of coaching and this kind of support. So, Sheetal, this brings us to the end of our podcast interview. Thank you for raising awareness around spiritual and energetic healing, and also for providing alternative ways to create more alignment and energy within us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And thank you to our listeners for joining us and following our Meet the Coach series. If you enjoy our show, please rate and review us, and be sure to catch us in the next episode. This is Carla Egan from the Coaching Directory, where we connect you to your ideal coach.